Recording.
All right, so where do we start? A lot of stuff going on. Obviously, today we uh we launched the Alpha 8 network token. As you all know, we've talked about this in the past. Before you do things on the test net, it works flawlessly. Then you go to deploy it on the main net, and there are some hiccups that happen along the way. I'll let Tony kind of explain that. Me and him, we've been going since I don't know 7 o'clock this morning, migrating everything over.
Yeah.
Worked fine at first, and then what is it, Tony? Something happening with the dividend tracker?
Yeah, the dividend tracker it doesn't recognize the wrap BNB, so it gets kind of stuck. So now we're going through the options to make a correction on the dividend tracker and do a side contract to run the rewarding program.
So this is kind of what I was talking about earlier on. I forgot I think it was Mark. We were on VC earlier talking about, when you build contracts and it's not just a copy and paste, there's a lot of things that go into it. And this is why a lot of projects stay away from rewarding in other currencies like this, because it's very difficult. It's not something that you could just go ahead and do it. Tokenomics that reflect or give rewards in the native token is easy. That's a copy and paste contract. It's done in 2 seconds. Like, there's no issues. Well, once you're doing this, basically the same thing that happened with Sergeant Shib. At first the dividend tracker. This one, for some reason, though, I'm assuming, is it because it's the wrap BNB, Tony? Is that what it is?
Yes, it is because wrap BNB basically just what I learned today cannot be traded by itself. So it's kind of forcing it to trade by itself. So there's no liquidity on trading wrap BNB to wrap BNB. So
Gotcha. Makes sense. Makes sense. Hopefully it makes sense. But so yeah, so today, long story short, migrated everything over. As you see, Tony and I, we created all the LP tokens. They're all locked up over on DX. Liquidity's locked. Alpha 8 is not a honeypot. I know it sucks, right? We were having some great buys coming in, and I understand why people pump the brakes a little bit when you go on DX sale and you see a huge warning sign that says, possibly cannot sell, which is understandable. But again, we preach that we're in this, it's a marathon, it's not a sprint, right? We know that Alpha 8 is going to be around a long time. It's not something that we're really rushing to, obviously we wanted to get to work, but if it takes a couple hours or an extra day to get it right, so be it. It's going to be what it is. Sergeant Shib yesterday had a great day. Launched CoinMarketCap, CoinGecko. Obviously, we had our sell-offs today. That's normal. If anybody remembers DOD, I think it jumped 200 and something percent CoinMarketCap day, and then basically flatlined back to nothing. And then we built it back up. At least this with Sergeant Shib. Yes, is it down? Of course, it happens. But still holding strong. It is what it is. We have a lot of marketing stuff headed our way as far as involving a lot of the SHIB community. It's something big that I've been working on top of all of what we've been doing. And guys, we say this a lot, and we're not doing this to like say, oh, give us credit, this, that, or whatever. We're really breaking our asses over here. And along with the mods and everybody else is like, we're, again, not about the money. It's about what we're trying to build for the future of this project and DeFi itself. Keeping it, the Alpha Ape standard is what we believe in. And we're going to get there. It was great to see how Sergeant Shib launched. It went great organic growth. CoinMarketCap has your guys that buy in and they sell off, and that's okay. That's going to happen with every project. It's not really a big deal. And now it's time to just continue to push that along. If Tony wasn't so tied up in this today, the bright spot of the things is we were getting ready to release the Alpha Swap on
yeah,
alpha8.net. That was going to be a big thing tonight, but unfortunately, couldn't get it done. The basis of it is built. Tony, explain it a little bit, because you were telling me basically it's we bypass pancake swap and everything now, and we can just do it all direct.
Yes, it will be using a 1-inch aggregator for the swaps, so we don't need to go to PancakeSwap and do anything. So we're bypassing that completely. It's going to be a DEX swap, and it's also cross-chain, starting of course with BSC because our tokens are in BSC. So,
Okay.
and
And I
then
know
there's many
what's
more
up.
options that we can kind of extend it on the go. But for starters, we have basically the list of all the BSC tokens around the blockchain, including our
Okay.
own.
Of course. Of course. And yeah, I know you're saying something that you can even do it for even better optimization for gas, even though BSC is pretty cheap as it is. Are you saying something
Yes,
like that?
yes,
Yeah. So that was just a little thing that, we had that in the roadmap down the line. It's just something that as Tony was working on the NFT marketplace, you know, he was looking at other things because Steve was kind of tweaking the NFT marketplace. So Tony said, "Let me see about the swap," and it was something that he had already had the code written for, and we were going to release it tonight. Unfortunately, couldn't happen because of what we've been dealing with today. But there's a lot of good things in the works. I mean, and again, no gaslighting here. No need to do it. Um, NFT marketplace. Tony's been doing a great job with it. I've been working with him on it. The featured artist page. I sent out a couple of screenshots to you guys the other day. Again, that's just the base plate for it. Things get moved around. The design part is easy. It's the coding part that's the hardest. That Tony's actually working on. Um, but I've gotten a lot of feedback. I mean, a lot of questions have come up over the past day and a half of people asking, how much Alpha 8 tokens do I need to, benefit off of these things? And in short, there really is no minimum, unless obviously it's for staking something, or if you want to be a featured artist as an NFT, like that's something that we're going to be working on. Again, we're not looking to go out there and price gouge people and say, well, you have to hold a ridiculous amount to become a featured artist, because in the Alpha 8 way, we believe that everybody deserves a chance. So there might be a great artist out there who's looking to build their portfolio and might not have access to much money right now. That shouldn't stop them from being able to showcase their art to everybody who wants to see it. And one of the things that I discussed briefly on BC, I think it was yesterday, day before, I don't remember, um, that we're trying to do it. So basically, what'll happen is there'll be about 4 featured artists at a time to start off with. That's what we were planning to go with. And there's going to be ranking systems. So, everybody else who has their artwork up there, basically community will be able to vote, like to give you a 5 star or whatever the case may be, is whatever ranking system we determine. Every 2 weeks, what we'll be looking to do is present somebody else to become a featured artist. Um, well, if somebody, say, I don't know, say me and Tony are 2 different artists, we have our artwork up. I get X amount of votes, like people are loving what I got. Tony's got this, he's got pretty much equal, and we go to this person and say, hey, would you like to be a featured artist? Um, Understandably, it does cost more to hold of Alpha 8 to be a featured artist, because you're basically getting your own dedicated page, your own chat. You're getting a lot of things that take a lot of time to get set up. And again, you're not paying your Alpha 8 tokens when you're done. Again, you could always sell them if you wanted to. That's your call. But we're going to give people the option, because maybe that person doesn't want to be a featured artist. So they'll have the option to say, no, I appreciate the offer, but I'm okay where I am. These are just a lot of things that we've been kicking around as far as ideas go. Um, it's this is crypto. I mean, things happen. It sucks today that this happened, but it is what it is, right? I mean, we can't cry over it. Tony will fix it. I'm sure he's not going to sleep until he probably does get it fixed. You know, um, because what time is it over there right now, Tony?
It's 4:15 a.m. at the
Four
moment.
fifteen. and we've been
Yeah.
going since what, 7 a.m. Eastern or maybe earlier. I don't even honestly remember
Uh,
at this point.
well, I went to sleep my time 7 a.m. and I woke up at sometime. But yeah, we've been going for the whole day, basically.
Yeah, whole day, and numerous test after test after test. Uh, the one thing you can worry about is Alphape's not getting dumped on right now. I mean, you could definitely buy it, but selling is where the issue's coming, and it's going to be
Yes.
fixed. That's not a problem. It was great
Yes.
to see when it first started. We were getting some real healthy buys, and I think the people that truly have the vision in what we're doing are going to buy and hold into that and get that 8% wrap B and B, because that's going to be a huge draw again to the outside world as well. Um, One thing I really want to touch base on is there's been a lot of scams going on lately. A lot of scams going on, and this is super important. I touched on it earlier today too with some of the people in here that there was fake me going around, there was fake Tonys, there was fake everybody's at one point, and it's a compliment in disguise, right? Because if people aren't trying to imitate you or trying to copy you or spreading FUD about, well, I don't like the word FUD, you guys know that, but um, spreading rumors about you, then you're not doing something right. They see that we're headed in the right spot. We have a great community and great people behind us, and unfortunately, these sick people do everything they can to try to break that up. Unfortunately,
Hey, I'm sorry, I'm back. I'm here.
sorry about that. I had my wife's yelling in the background.
No worries.
Hey, I'm
So,
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here.
all right,
Yeah, no worries.
yeah, it's
Hi,
fine, it's
Kevin.
fine. So what I was saying is that a lot of people have been trying to getting scammed lately, and it's something that you really have to pay close attention to. Don't click on any links that you get. Unfortunately, one of our members last night uh, lost a substantial amount of money. Um, he clicked on something he probably shouldn't have. I don't want to get into too much depth, but he lost a tremendous amount of money. I believe he lost over $15,000 in NFTs alone, on top of God only knows how much. Uh, One of those protocols that I want to touch on, obviously, is, and it happened today with one of our buyers uh, who bought in, I think, 15 B&B total or somewhere around there over the past few days. He was selling, which of course is his right to sell, no problem. But the problem was he was selling in rapid succession, right? So what happens is, and we've told everybody this, it depends on how many in a row, like Tony's protocol that he developed. So what'll happen is he sold, I think it was 5 or 6 times in a row in succession, and it automatically put the brakes on and locked up his wallet. I know it sounds scary. It's not. Some people might not like that because they say, "Oh, well, you got a little bit too much control," and in reality, we don't. That's just it actually protecting you, protecting the community, protecting everybody. Because if that wallet was compromised, that's what they do. They unload them as fast as possible. So, say that was a wallet that happened to be compromised, and the person just started dumping one after another. The protocol would lock it and say, okay, now there's nothing you can do about it. And it was straightened out. I mean, the guy DM'd me. He said, hey, I think my wallet got locked. He understood. I told him. I sent the message to Steve, and it was unlocked in a matter of minutes. And that's just something that we've built into every single one of these contracts because of the tremendous amount of scams that are going on. I know earlier on there was a woman in crypto uh, lady who I think also lost some. She clicked on a link. I know Nicole messaged me yesterday, freaking out a little bit. I tried to get her on the phone. She was worried about dust tokens, and she got dusted. Now, keep in mind, as long as you don't interact with those, you're fine. You just leave them there. If you have Trust Wallet, you could hide them. You could do a lot of different things on some other wallets too. But just don't ever try to sell them. I don't care if it says you have $10 million worth. Don't do it. It's going to give them backdoor access to get into it. Kev, you want to touch on anything here a little bit?
In terms of like this, like the in terms of the situation or the scamming?
Anything. I kind of touched on
I
a
mean,
little bit of
I
that
mean,
already.
like, yeah, I mean, obviously we're working diligently on this. I told somebody today, you can obviously see that there's no cells being made by the creator wallet or anything like that. So it's not like we're trying to do anything like non-transparent. This is genuinely a contract issue. And I actually saw there's like a guy in the Alphape chat. He's the guy that handles their exchanges, and he kind of said it perfectly. He was like, if you have a piece of technology this you know to this extent and in this, like, with this complex, there is a chance that this happens. And honestly, I would rather it happen the first day than it happen, the 15th day or the 30th day or a year in. And then, because like now we can just kind of put our foot down on the pedal, get to it and fix it. And I mean, I know Tony and Steve are literally just working their asses off to fix this. So I mean, at the end
Yes.
of the day, that's why I have Tony. I made Tony get on this AMA tonight, and I mean, he would have been fine with doing it anyway. He wasn't going to sleep, but I was like, I know that the people are going to want to hear from you too, because your technical side of it, and I mean, that's just who we are. We're very transparent, and we obviously don't want this to be happening. I mean, their token was up like 40% today. There was huge buys coming in, and it's a shame that this happened, honestly. But at the same time, you have to expect obstacles in this type of industry, in any industry, if you want to be that successful. Nothing just goes completely smooth for anybody, that I know that's been successful. And that just goes for any industry. So, I mean, that's really, like, I don't have a lot to say, as just we're working our asses off to get this fixed. Like we're Tony and Steve are obviously doing it. Me and Mike are going to people on the outside too and asking them, hey, do you know ways to do this? Because it's very, very, very minuscule, probably, the issue, and it causes a huge error. So that's just how it is with these contracts. And Tony could touch on that obviously a lot more, but it's literally like, and I might not be right on the actual terminology of it. It could be like one, like, decimal or letter or number off in the code, and that will mess everything up. And then if that gets fixed, it goes right back to normal. So it's like, we really just have to find out what's going on, and then it's going to be smooth sailing from there. But I mean, that's really just the truth of it, and that's why we didn't cancel the AMA or anything. Like, we don't obviously have great updates, but we want to be transparent as possible with you guys. It's not something where we're like, oh, we're going to cancel it, we're going to shut down the chats. Like, no, we're never going to do that. We want you guys to be able to ask questions and to know that your guys' money is safe. And at the same time, it's like, our money is in this too. I mean, we're going through the same issue. We can't just sit there, and obviously, like, we have private wallets too that are going. We have the same exact issue with them. So, I mean, it's just, that's the truth of the situation. And I mean, for the scamming part, it's kind of cliche, but don't click any links. Don't do anything like that, because I feel really, really bad for what happened last night to one of our holders. He's a big holder, and he will be made whole with the Defender of DOGE, or I'm sorry, the Alphape network token and Sergeant Shib. But there's nothing I could do for his NFTs that he lost, and for the Ethereum he lost, and for the other tokens. I mean, that stuff is really serious, and people do this for a living. They do this for a living. They scam like that all day, every day. So you got to realize, like, these people are smarter than you when it comes to, if you start clicking on links and stuff, they're gonna get you. This is what they do for a living. So, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say. If people have questions, of course, but I just don't have any real updates, because we have to get this fixed. That's the number one priority on all of our minds right now.
Yep, that's for sure.
That's
That is for sure. Yeah, let's open it up.
Like
Let's get
I
some
said,
questions
it's
from
I pretty much, yeah, I pretty much summed it up. Like, let's answer some questions.
Angel has her hand raised. Angel, you can speak.
Hey, I just wanted to say, like, I do crypto full time, so I'm, in a lot of projects, looking at a lot of things on a regular basis. And I think it's one of the best projects I've seen as far as you know, the developer with Tony, what he's doing and what you all are doing and the effort that you're putting into this. I mean, like you said, things happen all the time, but I've been in launches that they'll say, we're going to do this day, and it's 4 months down the road. It's however long down the road, and lots and lots of problems. And you guys are having little hiccups. I mean, you're having little things that are coming up, just like any technological launch, you're going to have problems. You're going to have little things sometimes, but I think the way you're handling it and the way that, like, Tony amazed me with that Sergeant Shib pre-sale. I mean, you had a pre-sale, the whitelist was done with an NFT. Then an hour later, he started with a pre-sale for another group. Then an hour later, he starts with another pre-sale. And then within a short period, he launches all in the same day. And I've never seen a project do anything so well before. So hats off to you guys. I think you're doing a great job. And I pray that you won't be discouraged as these little things come up.
We
Thank you
definitely
very
No,
won't
much,
be, and I
Angel,
appreciate. Yeah, thank you.
and definitely I can't take all the credit because the whole team is, like said, working their asses off to make everything right and get everything rolling as smoothly as possible. So thank you for your kind words. Highly
yeah,
appreciate it.
keep in mind, you know, we're in this too. Like Angel, like you said, you do it full time. You know, we see things, and trust me, we might not be our upbeat self right now. And it's not because we're defeated; it's because we're just exhausted. To be honest, it's been you know, pretty much launching 2 projects in 1 week, or you know, within 2 weeks, or whatever it may be. It takes a lot out of you, and it's kind of just, you know. But I appreciate the kind words, definitely, for sure.
I hope y'all get some sleep. I think you deserve it. So, you know, sometimes fresh eyes on something can make a huge difference, but I think you're doing a great job. So,
Appreciate the kind words, Angel. Jonathan, you have your hand raised. Jonathan, you can speak.
Yeah, I gotta say, what Angel was saying was, even with DOD when that first came out, and now moving to this one, it was really smooth. And I like how, as every problem that this team has, when they overcome it, they comes back stronger. So I know that this is going to just get us going to that next level. And so anybody who's nervous or anything, just rest assured that these guys are going to move up like a Sherman tank and push us forward. But I do have a kind of a question, and this is for a more longer term question. So, but with Sergeant Sheep, outside of it being a meme coin for us to get reflections, would it be a good idea to maybe have Sergeant Sheep be a liquidity pair token in the long term?
Mm,
What do you mean liquidity pair token? Like you want to be able to add liquidity to it yourself?
Like, say for example, like say I know, like with our projects and maybe outside projects coming in, this is like long term, like having it be paired with other projects so that they can add liquidity within Alpha Apes for like liquidity pools and stuff like that.
Oh, yes, I got what you're saying. Okay,
Yeah.
yes. Tony could answer that better than I can.
we can take that into consideration, but hmm, yeah, maybe. Let's think about that for a while and let's get these all other issues out of the way so we can focus on that one. But that's actually a pretty good idea.
All right, thank you.
Hey, nice, Jonathan. Nice. Anybody else have any more questions? D Viper has a question. D Viper, you can speak. If you hit,
Hey,
yeah.
guys, my question to y'all is, what are y'all immediate plan of attack for getting the Shibu Inu army attention to buying into our Sergeant Ship project?
Well, that takes the whole that takes the Sergeant Shib army to reach the Shib army. Keep in mind, there's an old saying that somebody I really don't like in life, but he made a very good point. You have to be invested in your investment. And what that means is, I get it. We're all here doing what we have to do, but a project is only as good as their community. So when you say get it to the SHIB army, we have to have our own army, obviously. And I address this all the time, that marketing works to a point, but until people start actually buying in and seeing the actual SHIB rewards and seeing it for themselves, that comes from testimonial from people just talking to other people. But we do have things lined up for sure to get in front of a lot of big audiences as far as Twitter Spaces and stuff goes that involve a lot of them, which will bring a lot of light to the project. There's just people, again, it's brand new. It hit the CMC yesterday. Of course, anytime it's going to say you're down because we hit all-time highs yesterday. But as with anything else, like he just said about the DOD, and it'll just stabilize and get stronger for sure.
All right, Radell, you have your hand raised. Radell, you can speak.
Hey, thank you, Charles. Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for all the hard work, Tony, Kevin, Mike, and everyone else. In my eyes, looking into the future, all I see is success after success after success. And that's what I'm going to say about that. Thank you very much. I do have a question. It's probably simple, and it's in regards to BNB and wrapped BNB. I've seen many projects reward with BNB, and what I'm hearing is that the issue is because the BNB is wrapped. Why did we go with WBNB instead of BNB? That's the question.
Well, that's basically because with all the buyback functions and everything, that's already set to BNB. So we need to have a non-native token for the blockchain for the rewards itself. But obviously, the dividend tracker is trying to do a wrap BNB to wrap BNB trades, and that's obviously something that's not going to work. But that's kind of simplest as I can explain it.
Thank you very much, Tony.
My pleasure.
All right, anybody else? Any questions? If you don't want to speak, you can type it in the main chat and we can catch it there. Seems okay.
Yeah. Mike got a phone call. So he had to hop off. He just texted me that to let you guys know.
Okay. But yeah,
and like I said, I mean, Tony's got to go to bed. I mean, he's got to get a little bit of rest. He's probably not going to do it because he's a psycho in a good way and he just wants to fix everything. But he's got to get back to work. And like I said, this was going to be a short one. We just wanted to come on here, be transparent with you guys, let you know that we're not shutting down any chats. We're open to all questions. And if you have a message, or if you have a message for me, obviously, direct message me or message any of the mods. And just please, respectfully leave Tony alone. Let him figure this out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I appreciate every single one of you guys. And, we'll obviously do the AMA next week, but we'll be giving you updates hopefully sooner than later that, selling and buying is back to normal.
All
We
right,
do
I
have
see.
one more question.
I
Sorry,
see
Charles.
Jay.
You got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jay Bosalini. He has a question. Go ahead, Jay. You can speak. If you hit that little blue button, you can speak, Jay.
Did he ask this question? I didn't hear him.
I didn't hear him either. If you hit the blue button, you can unmute yourself, Jay. There you go.
I can't hear
I
him.
can,
So
yeah.
just message one of us. We could even hop on a call with you. I honestly
What
have
about
to go. I got to get on a call with an investor as well. For Sergeant Shib. I just wanted to actually say something before I ended this. With the problems that are going on right now with
well? I just
Alphape
wanted
Network. No, hold on. Let me finish the
I just
sentence.
wanted to know. I just
I
wanted
was
to know when will we get a logo in the Trust Wallet?
Oh,
That's
trust.
actually Trust Wallet's their own. Trust Wallet's their own entity. They add it when they add it. They're the only one. Them and MetaMask are the ones that are really difficult. So we cannot give you an exact timeline on that. But one thing I did want to say is this: Alphape Network Token and Sergeant Ship are completely different projects. At the end of the day, I know that we're obviously kind of linked in the ownership, and there's similar people involved and all that. But Sergeant Ship is working completely fine. The Shibber words are working fine. That contract is flawless in my opinion. That could be the next big meme coin. I'm not worried about Sergeant Shib at all, and I'm not worried about Alphape Network Token. But I just wanted you guys to know, have no worries whatsoever about Sergeant Shib. There's no issues with Sergeant Shib at all. I mean, I've been getting messages about that. Hey, is Sergeant Shib's contract messed up as well? No, there's nothing wrong with it. So it's only Alphape Network Token. I know Mike touched on that, but I just wanted to be as clear as possible that Tony has done everything right with Sergeant Shib. He's tested that contract 75,000 times. There's nothing wrong with it. And he's going to figure this problem out. We're going to be good. And, I'll shut this down. But like I said, if you guys have any questions, people will stay in the voice chat. That's fine. Just go over to the Sergeant Shib voice chat or the Alpha actual group, not the AMA group. And then, other than that, it's like, just message me if you have a question. We'll answer you. But I have to hop on the phone with an investor and then call Steve. And then I'm going to call Tony as well if he's still up. But Tony, take a damn nap.
Yeah, I'm trying to take
All
at
right,
least a little
so
bit.
just a 45-minute hour nap. You deserve it. But all right, guys, like I said, I appreciate every one of you. We're always going to be transparent. AMA next week, of course. But in the meantime, we'll be giving you updates as soon as possible on everything.
All right, take care. Appreciate you guys, man. Get some rest, guys. Get some rest.
Thank you. Appreciate you, Charles. And we'll all talk soon. Thank you again.
No problem, man.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, we can stop recording now.
Will do. Give me just a second.